Let's try that again. It's July 31st, 7:22 in the morning, and we have just docked. We're about to dock in Stockholm, Sweden. Looks like a little village over there, and you'll take a look. What's unbelievable about Stockholm, you can see, is that it's made up of 14 different islands, and I think I'm seeing several of them, little tiny ones right here, I'm not sure, and the city's in the distance, and I'll dock at 8, and then we'll be heading into the city, and then we're gonna go have an early dinner on the board, and then we go to the ice bar, which I'm definitely going to take video of, which will be pretty cool. See you later this morning, and tomorrow we're off to London, and Sharon, Marcy, and Matt will be meeting us there. Bye. As previously discussed on a prior auditory message, it says, "Welcome to the ports of Stockholm."
What do you see that?
And there's David.
What do you see that?
David, Mr. 9 o'clocker is correcting my English, and now we're going to go over and see the first signs of the city. And to be honest with you, not as impressive as other towns initially, but I hear it's a happening place. So we'll see you after breakfast. We just got left off in Stockholm, and there is Sherry and Gary and David somewhere in the distance taking video. And this is our first view of Stockholm, Sweden, which is a very large city with obviously beautiful old buildings, a tremendous amount of shopping, very different than Estonia. This is a park and a church, and we'll be seeing a lot of stuff here. The first place we stopped in Stockholm is the Jewish Synagogue, and here is a monument to the 6 million Jews that were killed in World War II. 8,500 are on this monument sign that I guess were the Jews that were killed in Sweden during World War II. And this is the Jewish Synagogue. This is a view leaving the Jewish Synagogue, and a view of one of the bays in Stockholm. And there's Gary. And this is a tribute to Raoul Wallenberg, who saved thousands of Jews during World War II. And here's a sign that you can read that's devoted to his efforts. You can see it with that backdrop. So we're walking down the street in Stockholm. We come to this shop and we see this line of people. We go, what in the hell's going on? All these people are in line because the store's opening in a half hour, a ladies' shoe store at 70% off. And they won't give Americans cuts, which is pissing us off. Sherry's very upset because she wants to get to the front of the line. Can't quite understand why, but this guy is like the head of the whole thing. And so this is a Swedish baby in Stockholm. Take a look at this Swedish baby's face. Oh my God. Maybe the cutest Swedish baby I've ever seen. Maybe the cutest baby I've ever seen. So can you explain this to me? You live in Stockholm?
Yes.
Can you speak English fluently like everyone else here? Can you explain what this is about? This line?
Sales.
What?
Sales.
That's like, it must be a huge sale to get these people? Like 70% off? So like what? Give me an example. Like a $100 pair of shoes would be $30?
Yeah, something like that.
And so that's why everyone's in line?
Yes.
Wow.
And
So
they're very good shoes, not just they're very inexpensive.
are they Swedish
They're like
shoes?
top of the line shoes?
Are they Swedish shoes or cosmopolitan like American shoes?
Cosmopolitan.
Seriously. And you must have learned English since you were like 1, because you speak it better than I do.
No, I live in the States for 2 years.
There you go. There you go. So how long have you lived in Stockholm?
Oh, no, 10 years.
And so how would you compare Stockholm to like Los Angeles? Because it seems like pretty much a nicer Los Angeles, less dirty.
Are you filming?
Yes, for a documentary. You'll be on TV Thursday.
Documentary. Yeah, right.
She thinks I'm kidding. You think I'm kidding? We're from Los Angeles. And that's what we came here. This baby is going to be world famous, by the way. You know, on America's... Hi! Hi!
Julia.
Why can't I get that picture? Look at that baby. Adorable. How long have you lived in Stockholm?
Since 85.
25.
So you've been from London, and then when you
Yes.
grew up, you decided to come to Stockholm.
Yes.
Why? Why did you move from London to Stockholm?
Love the universal need, love, sir.
Well, everyone in Stockholm. That's why.
Are you a hippie?
No. Are you, sir? I was.
That's what I mean. Were you? I should say. Me too.
I used to wear fly in my hair.
Really?
The streets in San Francisco.
There you go.
That's incredible.
I met my wife in San Francisco.
Did you, sir? Yes. Well, you made a very nice choice, if I may say so.
Oh, that's so nice.
And we are not allowed to compete on the local market with the other tradesmen and the other stores. We can never run sales, we can never run campaigns, but we can give excellent service.
You mean like if the glass breaks,
Yes, we replace.
you'll maintain it, or you'll maintain, like you got a maintenance
God, I wish you
program?
were in Las Vegas.
Yes, that's right.
Beautiful store, I want you to know. Beautiful
Talk
store.
about
Wait, where were you from? Can you say that again? Where were you from?
Well, it's called
he's got the
Smallland.
biggest
And where is
company in
Smallland?
England.
That's
The south of England.
well, I
But
was
we met
brought
him on
up.
a
It's
cruise.
about
It's
what I
amazing.
say,
Amazing guy.
55,
82 years old,
550
sharp as a
kilometers
whip.
from here.
Uh-huh.
It's
I've
called
seen him on
Hook.
television.
Who?
Yeah.
She's Sherry. She's seen him on television.
A long time ago, there came balloons
Because
from
I think
Holland,
in England it was
and
down.
they started a lot of
No, he's not that famous.
No. Yes.
how do you say, manufacturing like smiths, blacksmith and so on in this little village.
Uh-huh.
And now there is a big manor, which is the Hagford estate. Estate, they play golf and they have conferences.
You don't live there now, you live here.
No.
Why did you move to Stockholm?
Well, I started to work at the
where could we go?
PTT as a telegraph operator.
Okay, and so that's why.
Yeah,
What is the best reason to live here? If you had to say one reason.
here in Stockholm.
Yes.
We should, sir.
Oh,
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Then
if
we
you
were
fall
looking.
in love. I don't live in Stockholm. I live in Märsta. It's nearby the airport. Arlanda Airport.
Okay, well
That's where we're going.
Sherry, they do
What is
ship.
it with taxes here? Like, what are the tax
Well,
rates?
let's see how much it is.
Taxes
25% of most of
Work
the
it up.
things.
Which
of your
one?
income. No, like income tax.
Oh, it's over 30% for me,
But do you get like free health insurance? The government gives you free health insurance?
if I'm lucky.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's
And all what you buy, for instance, glass, you pay 25%
tax.
tax.
Wow. I wanted to get an idea of what a street looked like in Stockholm. There's Gary, Sherry, and David walking down the street, and there's about the 5th McDonald's we've seen. But you can take a look at the really interesting architecture. Sherry's been looking to go into this one store. This is a typical Swedish girl, not quite as tall as some. A lot of sales in town. Sharon and Marcy would die in these stores with these crystal, and I'm narrowing down the choice of what I'm going to buy to one of these two. I want to show you. I may end up buying both because I don't want to ship. I want to carry it to show Sharon and Marcy when we get there. But this is one. This is another. And here's another. That one sort of scares me. So I think I'm going to get either this one or this one. I'm definitely going to get one unless we get a better price somewhere else. And then there's these up here. Okay, so now we're at a food court. And this is Lebanese food. I don't know if you can see it, but I want you to see it. This is the menu of the different items. And here's the guy making the food. And the food looks like that. And there's a taco bar and different kind of stuff. And here's called Hot Walk. And I hope you can see the food here that they serve. This is in Sweden. Oh, this is what a movie theater looks like inside Stockholm, Sweden. That's the sign.
I bet you they're so
All
honest.
their movies are playing. Okay, now we're in NK department store in Stockholm, which is the equivalent of Probably Nordstrom's. And Sherry's looking at some purses and hats down here on the first floor. I'm following her around. I won't make you too dizzy. There's a guy with a baby. How cool is that? And there's another Stockholm type person. And that's what it's like. A big deal in Stockholm is transferring from the regular town to Old Town. And you can see that we are crossing over
that it is old.
into Old Town
Yes,
with
could
this
see it.
old church. And you're going to see a whole
old
different part.
people.
It's almost like we're going to be in two different countries, the same place.
It's amazing.
We'll see. We're going to get something to eat, and then we're going to go to Old Town. We're at an outdoor cafe in Stockholm, Sweden, and it's very, very cool. People are walking by. There's the waitress, and there's a typical Swedish couple eating, and they're eating with another couple, and they're talking in Swedish, and this is another Swedish family, and there's Sherry eating, finishing her shrimp salad, and now the Swedish couple are leaving, and they're speaking completely Swedish. In fact, we'll hear some when they pass. Okay. And there's a Swedish couple. You'll notice.
To that place and then go back.
Now we're going to go to Old Town. Remember I told you we're eating? Now we're done eating and we're going to go to Old Town. Probably this is the best opportunity to explore the beauty of Stockholm. And here's a
I'm
Stockholm
an
dude.
American tourist in Stockholm.
And this will give you an idea of the beautiful buildings. And take a look at that. There's David. And then take a look at that. It's just pretty amazing and beautiful what Stockholm looks like. This is now entering into the old town of Stockholm. And this is the castle that everyone's talking about. Pretty cool. But it says no blue stuff. And there's David. This is our last day in Stockholm, and then we fly to London tomorrow. And so I wanted to have great pictures. There's some kind of Stockholm crossing of the guard. We just crossed into Old Town, and take a look how cool this is. There's a lot of guards. And they actually have guns. I don't know if they shoot. And then at the end here they have some real guards. So this is now Old Town. It looks a little like Estonia. Very old buildings, the architecture, souvenirs, I'm sure. Very, very cool. Very cool. This is Stockholm, Sweden, July 31st. And I like the people. A little too blue-eyed, blonde hair for me. A little too German, but still very nice people so far. Not as nice as in Estonia, but nice. Old Town, Stockholm. We're Stockholm's version of a traveling street band in a very, very old street. People going all over the place behind us. And the kind of music. And you can take a look at what the girls look like as they're passing me. Very blonde, very blue-eyed, very Nordic, German-looking. Almost everybody. You see almost no minorities. You see no blacks, no Hispanics. Very few. The music is horrendous, of course, and that they're playing for tips and they sell their CDs. I'm not quite sure what instrument that is, but it's fascinating.
That's my best friend. What he likes the best.
What is it? Banana split.
Banana split.
Right.
Or they call us smokar.
Okay, Don. We're walking in Stockholm, and the streets are very narrow here in Old Town. Very crowded. So many people. There's David, having a good time. And we're looking right now for the Hard Rock Cafe store so I can get my t-shirt. from Stockholm. But you can see how crowded, how it is. Just a flavor of the tremendous number of tourists and the old buildings. And obviously you can see what this is. Very interesting. Middle of the street. People coming and going, and hasn't made much. There is an unbelievable number of people, because that's the gates and the start of Old Town. I think we should go back there, David. Okay, so we're now at the entrance to Old Town, and this is the river in Stockholm on July 31st, 2006. And there's this guy down here fishing with a real funny smile. And then this is a view of a part of Stockholm we haven't seen yet, which is obviously pretty damn beautiful too. And I'm going to show you one more cool thing. Look at all these goddamn people. This is the heart of Old Town Stockholm, and that's Ratos. So we'll be going down that in a minute. So after 5 hours and 30 minutes of walking around Stockholm, we're on the shuttle bus, about to go back to the boat, and we were supposed to go to this place called the Ice Bar tonight, where it was going to be 0 degrees and they put on hats and everything, and we just found out that it probably is going to be canceled, which is a blessing because we're all about to collapse, so we can relax and get a good night's sleep when we fly off to London tomorrow. But anyway, this is a heck of a view of the city, and I don't know what you can see of that, probably nothing, so I'll do this. Anyway, so that's it, and I'll take some more shots on the boat. So where we are right now is we're on the Ice Bar tour, and in a little while we're going in the Ice Bar, but he dropped us off for some sightseeing, and this is the Royal Palace of Stockholm, and this is where the king and the prince and all the princelings live, and there's the guard that guards the castle, and he has an interesting blue outfit, and it's a little chilly, but I'll show you that picture up on the top there. If I can do this. I guess I can. Let's see. I guess I can't. I guess I'm incapable of doing something like that. And here is David, and here's our tour guide talking about this stuff. And this is another really cool church. This is the Stockholm Cathedral, where all the famous people, princes, kings, queens get married in this cathedral in Stockholm.
You're standing in front of the smallest statue of Stockholm. That's what that is. It is called the Iron Boy. And the Iron Boy is as old as I am. He was born 1967. I have grown since then. He hasn't. He has been sitting here, and there's a guy in the Old Town who wrote a book about this little statuette. The Iron Boy, who hears the changing of the guard, the bands marching up the palace hill, and he's dreaming of what does it look like, and he would love to see that. The Iron Boy has ended up in more and more guidebooks about Stockholm, so more and more visitors in summertime find their way here, which can be seen by the many coins that for some reason are left here. It's very interesting because not only coins from literally all over the world, but charms of all kind. Chocolate, candy, sweets, chewing gum, crisps and chips, and then what you call, I saw a mobile phone here once.
Oh my gosh!
Not to use, but you know, the shell, all kinds of things. And in winter time, there aren't many tourists coming here, but there are people in the Old Town knitting caps and scarves. It is culturally listed, which means you are not allowed to change anything in the buildings, to tear it down or anything like that. But 100 years ago, the Old Town was just in such a sad shape because the houses here are 2, 3, 4, some of them 500 years old. And there were plans 100 years ago to tear down the entire Old Town and build modern boulevards like the rays of the sun towards the Royal Palace. The only reason why those plans didn't materialize was the city didn't have money for it. For one time, that was good. The city didn't have the money. Then in the 20s, 30s, they started renovating, and today, of course, we're very happy about this place. But if we picture ourselves 500 years back, the houses didn't have glass windows that size. Many houses didn't have glass windows at all, too expensive. The houses still, 500 years ago, many of them were built of wood. They only had like one extra floor. And on some of the roofs there was grass growing, and in summertime sheep and goats would be grazing on some of the rooftops. You had to be careful what came down from up above. He's
is
not the
Saint
patron
George.
saint of Stockholm, but he has played at one point of time an important role in Stockholm history. You may have heard it before. Swedes and Danes in the past have been fighting a lot. And more than 500 years back, there was a Danish army outside of Stockholm, and the Swedish general asked Saint George, the Swedes did in fact, if you help us in the upcoming battle, and I will sponsor a statue of you, Saint George. And then the Swedes were charging out and singing the Saint George song, and in that particular battle, the
People
Danes
live in
were
the
beaten,
apartments up there,
and a beautiful statue
and they live above
made
these
by the Swedish general
shops.
and placed in the cathedral where it still stands today. This is a copy. The original was made of oak wood, very
We're on a walking tour in Stockholm, and we're in this old part of town, and there's these restaurants that line this old part of town, all different kinds of food. You can see the sign here,
This is the
restaurant.
former market square of
This
Stockholm
was the former
here.
market
Not
square.
very large, but picture that several hundred years ago it was buzzing with all kinds of merchants, both Swedes and from around the Baltic Sea, selling their goods and products here. And today, in summertime at least, I think there are as many languages, if not more, here on the market square than there were 500-600 years back. Very popular spot in summertime with many visitors to Stockholm. Those of you that have been in Amsterdam or northern Germany maybe notice a similarity in the house facade,
This is a museum.
especially the red.
This is an example of a coffee shop, dining area in the old town. Here's another one. And this is just a very, very interesting part of town. This is where the Nobel Prize information is in this museum, as well as
Every year
they decide who wins the awards for outstanding literature in this country, in this building.
There are lots of cars here with satellite.
We're walking back to the bus to go on the thing, and there's a bunch of Swedish kids walking by. Give you an idea. Okay, so we've arrived at this ice bar. Inside it's 23 degrees Fahrenheit. They give you a coat, a jacket, underwear, muffins, miffins, muffins, and then you go inside. So apparently it's supposed to be pretty cool. We will see momentarily. The ice bar is located in the Nordic Sea Hotel. I assume you can see that. But other than that, I have no clue what's going to happen. Okay, so we're all going in. There's Sherry going in. There's Gary going in.
I'm really excited about
He
this
looks
one. This is the highlight of the cruise.
What is it?
This.
The ice bar. Something tells me we're on the outside of the ice bar because it looks very cold. It doesn't feel cold yet, but it looks cold. So right behind where David is where you wear the coats and hats and all that. And then we go in and we freeze our asses off for 10 minutes and drink vodka. Totally worth it. We'll see. So we're in this ice bar. It's 23 degrees.
Yeah, I want something to drink.
And it's so fucking cold, and you get all these different kinds of vodka of your choice right in here. And there's the guy that makes the vodka, and there's 6 at a time that go in, and it's very cold, but very cool. This is a big solid ice, vodka ice, and then this says, as you can see, Ice Bar Stockholm, and the whole thing, and this is like an ice, this is an ice statue, and there's the ice bar menu.
Absolute ice bar.
And basically the whole thing is only about 20 feet wide. I don't understand it exactly. It's just like a souvenir thing. But this is a bar, and I guess they have music. There's David, and it's a little slippery. Sherry, turn around and say hi. Hi. This is the ice bar inside. Gary, say hi. Gary, say hi.
Hi, you're not supposed to be doing that.
Anyway, they say you're not supposed to videotape in here, but who gives a shit? I'm a rebel. So that's what it's about. They're going to drink vodka at the bar, and there's more people. You get these parkas and these hats, and there's the guy that does it. And those are the different vodka choices. I'm sure Matt and Michael will like to see that. It's all absolute vodka. Pear, peach, raspberry, etc. So we just finished with the ice bar. It was a cute, clever idea. The kids would have loved it. Sharon would have loved it. The vodka was only okay according to Sherry. But this is the actual bar and this pretty unbelievable aquarium inside the Ice Bar Hotel, which you can take a look at. And that's the actual bar across the way. It's one of the nicest hotels in all of Sweden so far, with really neat fish. So we're going to get back on the bus, head back to the ship, go to bed, get up, fly to London. See you later. Neat job. This guy's got a neat job. You have a neat job. This is very cool. You don't play a word? No. Okay, so this is the stuff they sell. Glass. They don't sell parts.
Rather says ice bar. I'll be back in 3 weeks. You get those?
Those little things are cool. Candles. You never get that.
See them very close?
Here.
Look, I'm fogging up.
Wait. So they just finished. What did you guys think?
I loved it.
Sherry,
Yo soy muy borracho.
did you have a...
I thought it was wonderful, but I thought it was going to be bigger.
Yeah, I did too. You'll see the video. You already saw the
You got
video.
glasses. I know. I can't.
Now we're gonna go back to
Shoes are
reality.
like sticky.
They are, yeah. The vodka was okay.
Oh, look at your eyeglasses.
You can't see anybody.
They're steamy.
What's going on here? So it's
He
not
works in
anywhere
the
in
ice
United
bar,
States. There's no ice
and
bar.
he's saying there's no ice bars in the United States. Say hi,
So
dude.
is Absolute own this? They own the ice bar?
No, it's more like a cooperation between the
We want to open one, and we have money.
companies.
Yeah, I
So
wish
how
I
long
had
have you
the
lived
money
in
to-
Stockholm?
Me?
Yeah.
For 1 year.
And where did you come from?
I come from the south part of Sweden.
What made you come to from Finland?
No, it's Julie there is from Finland.
What? Oh, you're from Finland. Lovely country. No, but you come from another part of Sweden.
Correct.
And what made you come to Stockholm?
Well,
Just
it's
say money.
beautiful woman and great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. And this is a guy. How
Not
did
today. We have been really busy today. So
really?
I'm
They
so
heard that it was
tired.
broken or something.
Yeah, it broke down yesterday, so much of the bar melted down.
But somehow you got it fixed?
Just panic. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks. You have to appreciate this to see it. It's unbelievable. This is a meeting room in the hotel that we're in, which is the most modern hotel I've ever seen. And this is what the meeting room looks like. This design would be unbelievable for a sports bar. Unbelievable. Okay, everybody, it's August 1st. And believe it or not, we made it through the whole cruise. No fights, no serious medical problems. Here's a last view of Stockholm from the port. We're heading off to the airport. Crystal Serenity was great with some minor stories. Off to London to meet my family, minus Michael, and then we'll have a great time there. See ya in London. We are in London at the Marriott Grosvenor Square. This is the view from the front of our hotel. We arrived yesterday and I'm waiting for Sharon and Matt and Marcy to arrive. And there's the doorman here. And we're checking to see if the flight's on time. How you doing? It's August 2nd, 2006. We're about to go to that place where you try to get half-price theater tickets. Okay, so what we're doing is we're walking to Oxford Street. We're on Oxford Street, heading toward the Tube, where Gary and Sherry want to try to take the Tube. I said, what the hell? We live only once. And we're going to take the Tube to where you get off and get the half-price theater tickets. By then, hopefully my family will have landed, and I'll find out if they want me to get them tickets. But this is Oxford Street. Here are the buses. Here are the people. Hustle and bustle. Very, very quiet right now. 9:30 in the morning on August 2nd, 2006. Okay, so Gary wanted to take the underground. So we are. It's £3. Oh, he wants to get through. Wait, go ahead. Let him get through. You go down this huge escalator. We don't want to leave Gary and Sherry. Okay, so it's £3 a person. We have to hustle. We're walking because everyone's getting up. Okay, so here's the sign. And we have to try to figure out what the hell we do. But this is the underground, which is like the subway, I guess. We got off one train, and now, believe it or not, we're getting on another train to go toward where we get the free tickets. So this is the subway. This is the coolest thing we've done so far. We're going down like this huge escalator to go to Piccadilly Square. It was £3 per person, or £12 for 4 of us to go on 2 trains. So now we got off the second train. I got to take the kids and Sharon on this. It's very cool. The highest escalator I've ever been on in my life. It was £3 to go on 2 trains. And we'll be at Leicester Square in 2 minutes. Welcome to London! Okay. Well, my family has arrived. It's August 2nd. I haven't seen them in about 2 weeks. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Paul. Do you have pounds?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I do have pounds.
okay. Otherwise, it's 10%.
Here's Matt. They're getting out of the cab. So Sharon and Marcy and Matt got here.
They're sleeping.
They're sleeping until 4:30.
You've already officially pissed off somebody,
And
Paul.
I
I can't
pissed off
believe it.
people. And this is a beautiful park right near our hotel. There's a picture of our hotel, the side of it. There's a picture of a black guy, Franklin Delano Roosevelt statue. This is Roosevelt Park. There's Sherry, who looks like a sheik in that outfit. And we're walking and just gonna see London while Matthew, Marcy, and Sharon sleep, and then we're gonna go to dinner and a play. We're in Piccadilly Square, and we're thinking of eating at this restaurant, and there's David. And one second, and this is where You get tickets, half-price tickets. Just want to get an idea of Piccadilly Square in London on August 2nd. Sharon, Marcy, and Matt arrived. They're sleeping. But this is a pretty awesome place. There's a Pizza Hut. There's David's face. And Sherry is deciding with Gary what they want to do in terms of eating. Okay, so latest memory. We just ate in this restaurant and we ordered a mushroom pizza and it had like 2 mushrooms on it and was like horrible. So Sherry complained like crazy and they gave us $50 worth of free dessert and coffees, and they didn't charge us for the pizza. But of course it was horrible, so we better eat in a better place next time. So now we're going to go to Covent Garden and then we'll be heading back to the hotel for a brief nap and then off to dinner and a play, a Motown play. This is August 2nd, 2006. I just wanted you to see all the people that sit in Leicester Square and just sit on benches and relax and sit in the park, and that's where you get the 2-for-1 tickets. And somewhere around here is the Hard Rock Casino, which we'll be going into later. A lot of people smoke. It smells like shit. And the other interesting thing is that a movie costs $23 at night and $19 for a matinee. Very, very expensive to be in this town. Okay, we found Covent Garden Market and we're going in. And it's going to be beautiful and Sherry's going to like it. Go straight ahead, that's what it is. It's a collection of shops and gardens and neat things. This is inside Covent Garden.
I'm joking. Ellie, I'm going to get up there and I'm going to ride around. And then I'm going to finish off with a jumping routine. And that is where I need your help. Ellie, I want you to pass me those jumping rails when I'm up there. Okay? Go grab the clubs.
Where?
Stay there. Do that.
Now we're at the Jubilee Marketplace in Covent Garden, so we're going to look around. Okay, so we made it to Soho. We're all happy. This lady's trying to get us in. Look, she's hiding. She wanted us to come in, and I said, I'm going to put you on video, and she's hiding. David, admit that. She's hiding. This lady waved us in, Gary, and I said, I want to video you, and she went behind hiding. They called us in. Go across the street and talk to her, Gary. Swear to God, look at. Go across the street and talk to her. She's hiding. Go straight across the street. Gary, live news show. Walk right there, talk to her. Anyway, Gary's going across the street to talk to this lady because it has XXX DVDs. Look at this. She's hiding, Sherry. She won't talk to me. Gary, she's around the corner. Right around there. Right there. Keep walking. Did she go in the back? She doesn't want to get videotaped, right? So we just had a wild cab drive, and now we're at the Sherlock Holmes restaurant, and everyone took pictures, and now they're looking at each other. Would you guys say hi? Matt, Marcy, where are we?
Hi.
Where are we?
We're in London.
You believe? Say it again, because I know you don't believe it.
London.
Show them the picture you took. We just went through Trafalgar Square, and there's David, and there's Marcy and Matt, and it looks pretty cool. Have a good time, Matt? Look at this place. We're going to this restaurant. It's air conditioned first floor. Oh, where we are is Sherlock Holmes. He's a famous English detective, and this is this restaurant, and in the restaurant is this cool room of all his like stuff.
Is this
Yes, it's original.
cocaine in there? Isn't that what he did?
Cocaine.
Yeah, it's over here with all of his alcohol.
He shot up cocaine. Oh my God.
You can see all of his like.
And there's Sherry and Matt, and there's more about Sherlock Holmes. Let me take a look at this. And the room we're eating in is like pretty cool, like this. Take a look at this room. This is Old English fare. Just talk to me about your excitement level about being in London. That's what I want to. What did you think about?
Excited.
How are you
Sit down.
doing? What did you think about?
Dad, don't zoom in on me. I don't like.
We're here for the play Dancing in the Streets in London, England. And this is what the inside of the theater looks like. And there's my family. Go ahead. Go ahead. There's my family. I hope you can see them all. There's David and my son and my wife. And we're about to see the play in about 15 minutes. These are our friends from France at the dancing. They don't speak much
They
English.
make a wonderful couple. Right? Take
How
good
old are
pictures.
you? How old are you?
How old?
18 and 17.
How long have you guys been together? How long have you been together? Are you
a couple?
Are you a couple or friends? Oh, you're friends. Okay. How long are you in London for? How long are you in London for? 5 days? 2 days.
So she understands English,
We're
good.
going to Paris on the Channel. We're taking the Channel.
Yes.
We're taking the Channel for 1 day to Paris. You think Paris is nice?
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah.
It's very nice person.
Yeah.
The right place, you know what I'm saying? There's so many theaters here in London. And like last week, we had this guy come in here thinking he was going to see Billy Elliot. And baby, I got to tell you, if you bought tickets to Billy Elliot, you're going to be real disappointed. Ain't no dancing white boys in this show. I mean, we got some dancing. Boy, that's so... Oh, where y'all from?
And then she said, just because you become a young man now, there's some things that you don't understand now. Before you ask some girl for a hand now, keep it real for as long as you can now. My mama told me you better shop around. I won't say you better shop around.
We're in London. It's August 3rd. There's my brother and my wife. We're walking over to see my son and daughter that are... Oh, there they are. There they are. Marcy had to take a pee at McDonald's in London, and that's the place she peed in. And that's my daughter, my son.
Okay.
So it's August 3rd, 2006. And there's my family, and there's another smoker. And we're walking down Regent Street in London. It's a very classy street. Just wanted you to get a look at these buildings. Most of the stores open at 10. Sharon again insisted 9, and of course nothing's open and she's shocked. There's Cheers, the real Cheers from the TV show. And this is London. And over here is the London Trocadero, which is really a neat thing you guys have got to see. We're heading toward Piccadilly Circus in London. Say hi, David.
Just my armpit.
A smile would be good. Teeth? You have teeth. I paid for those teeth.
He's got bigger muscles than me. I don't like.
We're going to go in here, London Trocadero. I hope you can see the sign. They just went in a store which has all these dolls. Sharon wants to see a doll. And I'm going to let her buy whatever she wants because it's the new me. There's only live once. So I'm going to go in this store and show you the neat dolls they have. We're in Covent Garden. I just want to show you some of the scenery here. And David and Sharon are getting some food. And this is the marketplace.
I'm sorry, chew water.
And Sharon's getting some carbohydrate adjustment. We're going to see how that goes. And there my son and daughter come in Covent Garden. I don't know what broad is standing in the way to fuck up the picture, but there they are. We just had a great lunch at this place, Carluccio's, in a non-smoking room, almost like our own private room. And I had the same cough for the whole trip. And here's David coming out. Hi, David. There he is. And it was $200 or 100 euros, but it was the best meal we've had so far.
Great source.
Best meal. And this is St. James Street in London. And my family and Gary and Sherry are walking a little ahead, and I'll see them in a second. There's Matt, and there's Gary and Sherry. And we ate in the non-smoking section. Actually, it's James Street, not St. James Street. And now we're going to take that bus. So we're on the double-decker bus. It's the best deal in town. 20 pounds, and we get to do this for 24 hours and get to see scary people like that.
I said no.
I'm not looking at you. Who would want to take a picture of you? You would break the camera.
Just say no.
And this guy spent 500 pounds on his haircut. What a rip-off. Oh, okay. And then this guy's from England. And now we're on Regent Street.
Now let's have a look. Here's Hamley's torch. There's a pirate. I can see one.
Holy heaven.
Heavens above.
Oh, yeah. Holy heaven above. Bloody crazy. Anyway, look at all these people.
And they're taking people captive already. Look.
Look at this.
He's a good pirate, though.
Whoa. Jolly good. And so we're on Regent Street, and we're in a prison. And we're going down this double-decker bus. The guy's great. He's telling us everything there is to know.
Tell him they finally
Queen
got
Elizabeth.
us.
Queen Elizabeth's underwear. We know where she buys her underwear. We know where Prince Philip buys his condoms. We know everything about this town.
And those pirates, their shirts are very clean. I know.
Anyway, this is Regent Street. And this is the back of Gary's head. And this is Sherry. And this is my son, Matt Wallen, giving me the finger. And this is Hawes and Curtis. It's August 3rd, 2006. We're in London. And that's some kind of cough from some kind of horse.
Now, if I shut off the water pump, then the cholera will stop.
We're on Regent Street. I wanted to show you Marcy. And I wanted to show you the beautiful skyline.
It's airborne. It's not waterborne.
Really? Is that what they thought?
That's what everybody thought. It was airborne.
Oh my God.
Like the world is flat.
Like the world is flat. Very similar. And their viewpoint was proved when only a few days later there was cases of cholera broke out in Islington. And it said, well, it proves it. It's airborne. It's blown over. And so that seemed to prove the case. But Jon Snow stuck to his guns, and what he did was he got little pins with flags in it and started putting them where all the incidents of cholera were, and they were all around this pub. And he found that there was one group of people on the street who never ever managed to catch cholera, and that was the brewers, because they only drank beer, which I think is a great reason for drinking beer.
We're in Piccadilly Circus, and the guy is telling us all about it. Just wanted you to see. There's Chinatown.
About 2 weeks before nobody called in there before the Eros and stuff. And that's why it's called
There's
Eros.
Matt, Ed, David, Gary, McDonald's.
Now, it was put up in honour of the Earl of Shaftesbury.
I wanted to show you there's a Texas embassy here in London, and that's where we just came from on this double-decker bus on August 3rd. And that's where we're going. That's Trafalgar Square and everything else that we're going to... Hold on to me. I mean, is this cool or what? Gary, is that a Notre Dame flag?
Yes.
Sharon, do you like this? Sharon, you like the way to see London this way? Matt. Is Matt listening to music? There's Matt said. There's Sharon. This is the statue of the armless booby, as they call it. The armless booby woman, it's famous. And this is Trafalgar Square with lions. And can you imagine? And that's a hell of a building. It's the National Gallery. We're in Trafalgar Square on the double-decker bus with Marcy, and that's Marcy's ear and face. I think I have a good profile. And that's Sharon, and that's some real important building with all the flags. Pretty neat. That's a view in the middle of Trafalgar Square, looking up Whitehall, which I believe is where all the royal buildings are. Give you an idea of how many buses and what it looks like. This is another view going into Trafalgar Square. And that's a head-on view of Trafalgar Square with the big lions and the lady with the no arms and the big boobs. That's where Tony Blair lives, according to the guy. That would be farting. This is where all the government buildings are, and that's Sharon's head, and Gary's head. This is another government building. And that up ahead is the Skyway. Give you an idea of what the hell is coming up. Building, and it's called, nicknamed Holy Shit Parliament Building. Look at that. Look at that. It's gold. It's gold, Marcy wants us to tell you. That's unbelievable. Look at that. Hold my pants. Quite tight. Let go. And now, this is Lake Mead. No, look at this lake. Look at this. Holy Bernice. This is just called the Holy Bernice merry-go-round. Look at that thing. Hold on tight. I am looking at the Holy Bernice merry-go-round. Hi, Marcy. And now, look at that view. Holy Jesus, Bernice. Wow. That's an aquarium. That's the National Aquarium of London. And that's Pat. Holy hell.
It takes about half an hour to slowly crawl its way around. Unless someone's having a heart attack, then they move it quicker.
Was that a good view, everyone? Did I give you a little shocker there? That's another view of Bernice's merry-go-round. I got it. Bernice would be proud. Queen Elizabeth Purcell room. Top of buildings. Look at that. Whatever the hell that is, it's pretty awesome. You don't see that in Irvine. Look at this. This is water. Look at that water. Look at that bridge. That's the Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, it's something like the Golden Gate Bridge. It's the London Golden Gate Bridge. It is beautiful, though. And look at all that water over there. And that's David. Hi, David. In a tank top. Go for it, dude. This is the very famous Church of Marcy. It was built in 1468. Queen Marcy was Queen Marcy III. Take a look, and she built this at the very top, that gold thing, on the very top. It may look like a face, but really, it was named after Marcy's favorite food, a donut. It's a gold donut. It's beautiful. Look at this. Pretty fascinating. Bridge. Holy shit, sorry. Look at that. That is London Bridge. Remember? All fall down, London Bridge. Remember that little thing? I taught my children that when they were younger. It was unbelievable view. I'm gonna fall out of this goddamn cabin, but it's alright. It's worth it. Look at that. Look at that view of the London Bridge. Hold me, Marcy. I'm going over it. I feel it, Marcy. I feel it in my heart. Wow. Just W-O-W, wow. There's David Wallen in London with me. Pretty unbelievable. And there's Sharon Cole, there's that back. And that's where we came from. This is a haunted house ride, and it's very popular. And all these people are in line here to go see this London dungeon. 4 people die there a day. It's that scary. I'm going to show you the picture of someone after they've come out of the ride. I won't, Marcy, don't worry. Janet Jackson designed this. Remember that wardrobe malfunction where her boobie fell out? This guy is one of the funniest guys I've ever met, this guy. He says this is a good place to drink, and you can drink from the nipple if you know what I mean. Funny guy. We're going through this unbelievable thing. You gotta see this.